So this is a new Sony first party, second party action fantasy game, kind of in the vein of Final Fantasy meets Devil May Cry. It's like one of those Chinese-Japanese style runabout adventure role-playing games with more of a stylish combat. So I don't know if they released the demo like the same week as they released the game. This came out maybe a couple weeks ago, and then I didn't really notice or hear anybody playing it, but it might be out. So I'll check it out. I guess it's just like maybe a combat demo and maybe some story. I'm not too sure yet, but I definitely want to check out the combat. They're making more action-style combat games and less Soul-style lock-on games, so it's got my interest. There's a lot of input lag, even just on the menu. That's definitely what I know. So if it's going to be like a real-time action game like DMC or even like the new Ninja Gaiden that came out, I don't know. But we'll check it out. Combat basics and item usage. Square and heavy. Square and triangle are light and heavy. And then camera locking. Pretty easy. Quick slot items with the D-pad. And then L1 to roll and dodge. Alright. Okay, not bad. Maybe I switched to performance mode from quality and that was better. X is jump. Well, this is like a training mode. Okay. X is jump. He goes very high. It kind of reminds me of, did you ever play that Final Fantasy Dissidia? It was almost like, not a fighting game, but if you played Virtual On or the Gundam games, where you're sort of flying and shooting, it was a little bit like that. So what does Circle do? Circle seems to do something. L1 is dodge. And what is block? My flying friend seems to be maybe a shield or an augment. And then I have all these left-right potions. I probably won't use them. L3 runs, and then R3 locks on. So other than L1, I don't really know what the shoulder buttons would be. That just seems to be dodge. And then I can launch him. But what's the purpose of the launch? Can I modify my attack? That's really just the dodge. I can air dodge, and then when I'm in the air, I can hit dodge to fly back to the ground. Did I read that right? Combat arena power. L2 plus the rest correspond to arena powers. Activate 3 arena powers. Each arena power has independent energy bar. Okay, can't use till it's filled. So what happens when I hit... Yeah, see, look at that. I jump in the air and I hit dodge twice. I can air dodge once, and then I can return to the ground. That's interesting. Build up arena power with continuous attacks. What is L2 and R2 that they're showing me?
Behold my great power!
Okay. And I'm transformed. Okay, L2 and R2 is something else. It's like a transformation to a new dude. Build up until you have this power.
How about this?
Okay. Yeah, kind of a little bit of Forspoken, but with the melee and not the magic shooting. Kind of a little bit of that Black Desert. I wonder if that's what this game's trying to copy. Like, rather than having turn-based RPG combat with spells, maybe they want to have real-time combat with spells. What did that guy also do?
Behold this power!
So that's also like a shockwave. Both of them are sort of shockwaves on the ground. The L2 and Square Rock one was a little bit more fun. Dodging and rolling after fusing. Kaiser's roll becomes a dodge. It costs stamina, but it will trigger a roll instead of a dodge if his stamina is low. You can do a perfect dodge and gain unbound energy, while using his sword. Square consumes the energy. Well, what bars am I need to be concerning about? Okay, L in the center is my stamina, no big deal. And then L2... It's weird having L1 as dodge, just because we're so used to souls. I like the idea of holding L2 and hitting a face attack button to modify into his magic. Do I need to wait for him to attack? I'm locking on, I'm waiting for him. Okay, not bad. Perfect dodge doesn't really seem like... you really need to wait too long. You could just do a normal dodge. Combat block. Press circle to block incoming attacks, but that consumes stuff. Enemies may execute powerful attacks to indicate a blue circle. Another thing I'm just thinking about was, like, there's nothing about this combat system that's different than anything else. What's fun about Souls games and Souls clones is that when you kill enemies, you drop loot, and the fun thing is, like, looting weapons and gear. So if this game doesn't have looting, it just has leveling, that's not really fun. Now you're just doing combat for combat's sake. You're not doing combat for loot's sake to get new weapons and new attacks. If it's just, you know, a story in a level with a combat system, I don't know how exciting that. Like, where's the motivation?
Are we being targeted?
What am I trying to do now? Oh, press block. My bad. I press parry.
Here we
So
go.
that's what. Well, why would you block if it doesn't last forever? So you can't press and hold block. You have to time block. So it's not a block, it's a parry. You have, like, you see what I'm saying?
Look there.
Look, it says press block to block incoming attacks, but you can't press and hold block. I'm pressing and holding circle. And it doesn't work. So it's just a parry. It's not a block, it's a parry. And if you're gonna risk missing a parry, you might as well dodge. Can you dodge? Can you dodge into block? No. When an enemy uses a powerful attack with a blue circle, press circle at the right time.
Hey, watch out. That was close.
And you have to press it really early, so you're pressing it. You're pressing it before the impact. You're not pressing it at the impact.
Watch your back. Right now.
So when the circle's about to reach its full radius. Combat burst pursuit. And I don't like that kind of parry shit. Stand still and let them attack and then try and absorb their attack. Fuck that. Just poke them. I like how in an action game, you can't interrupt anybody. But in a fighting game, a standing jab will give you a fucking counter hit into 60% combo. What the fuck, dude? Burst Pursuit. After certain attacks, Kaiser will flash with a blue glow. Press R2 at this moment to deal extra damage. Okay. When he's glowing, press R2. Press square repeatedly on the ground. And then I'm glowing. Oh, so after he knocks them back. Well, what does that do? Because I don't actually pursue them. So why is it a battle? Why is it a burst pursuit if I don't pursue them? That blows them back even further. This stage looks like a Tekken 8 stage. Combat Fusion. I already don't like this. I'm not trying to be negative, but this is already so forgettable. Why would anybody bother to learn to do this in a game? If this combat isn't fun and the mechanics are convoluted, what purpose is there to fight and do this stuff? Either you're going to go on an adventure with the story and the combat is just there to make it more interesting, even though it's like the kind of person, okay, the kind of game that adds action combat to make it more interesting is a bad game, and the kind of person that would appreciate a non-action game doesn't want action combat. Fusion energy. Use a wide range of flashy attacks to quickly build up Kaiser's fusion energy. And then it also shows that this is a China Hero Project game from Sony. Didn't Wu Cheng and Black Myth do well just because it was like Chinese samurai? And so this is now Final Fantasy. But like between K-pop and J-pop and C-pop, like do their haircuts really make a difference? It's all the same color in the end. What are you saying? Fusion energy. I've done that before.
Time to flex my muscles.
Build up fusion energy. And this is pretty mashy. It's not. The reason why Devil May Cry combat was cool was because you could not mash. Because enemies would interrupt you. So then you had to learn, which we fucking deduced on Game FAQs and fucking Hand Versailles and Fan Babies. We deduced how to count the stun on an enemy and what attacks would contribute toward that stun counter. So then you could true style and fight however you wanted because you knew, I'm going to high time you, I'm going to stinger you, I'm going to do all these attacks and control you. And you would use attacks to maneuver around the battlefield, toward enemies and away from enemies and above enemies. And you were using different attacks, not for variety. Like God of War and Batman, those games, it's like, I'm bored of seeing this move. I'm bored of seeing the vertical, so now I'll twirl the horizontal. And the way attacks and action games have to work is they need to function differently. Pull him toward me. Pull me toward him. Get me off the ground. Get him off the ground. Launch him. Juggle him. Put him in a combo state. You know? And like the classic God of War does that, where it's like, okay, I jump and do heavy in the air. My light attack won't break the guy's guard, but my air heavy attack will, and then it bounces him up top. I use the circle because that's the grab. The grab makes me invulnerable. So all these Medusas, you know, it's like all these Minotaurs, they can't get me up off the ground. But if I'm in the air and Medusa freezes me, I fall and shatter in stone. And so you're like thinking of all these ways to manage these different enemy attacks and your move list to control fighting this variety of enemies. But these modern games, it's more just like you're locked onto one enemy, you're closing your eyes, and you're going, okay, what's the sequence? First, I press square to build this meter, then I press and hold this button after the cooldown, and then I do the power-up cutscene. And it's like, that would be cooler if it were menu-based. Like, menu-based combat in RPGs is actually what they want, because they don't want an action game. Sync finisher. Stance and defense break. They have defense stances until their stance are broken. Kaiser attack won't interrupt. Deal damage to an enemy to reduce their stance. And then finish them off with square and X. Reduce their stance. Is that the yellow?
I'll show you what I'm made of.
And then what? Press this.
Let's do this together.
A lot of it's automated too. Like, I'm not really in control of this. Other than pressing the button. It's like you press the button, and then you press the button and then it finishes. So that was just a tutorial. So now let's see. Boss challenge or adventure? I don't want to do the boss challenge. Let's do the adventure. What's that? So we got the combat tutorial out of the way. Let's see what's the story has to hold for us. Skycrest Badlands, Forsaken Harbor. I think that fantasy is really played out. What is that other game that just came out? Way of the Waylands or whatever? I think fantasy is just totally played out. Whoa! Not just an upskirt, but an updress. It's played out. Nobody wants to go outside. We don't want to have some ancient, you know, temple. Like, what if the Parthenon had trees around it? We get it, man.
Skycrest Badlands. It has been a long time.
Otto.
You've been here before?
A long time ago. Let's not dwell on it. We should head over to Sky Mirror Lake. It's the sacred lake of the ancient city of Buckhorn.
Okay.
That's the city ruled by Lord Buckhorn many years ago. I
think she's got safety shorts on.
Yes. In fact, the locals built a grand palace called Buckhorn Palace, carved into the cliff next to the lake, as an offering to the Buckhorn spirit.
Okay, let's get there.
Many people...
The Buckhorn spirit?
I guess. It probably referred...
Wood drake.
There's a good chance...
Indeed. The gifted energy...
So then let's run there.
Buckhorn Spirit Dragon.
Let's go check it out.
Like, you can show me pretty people, but why does it have to be in the fantasy setting?
Let's stay
Maybe that's the fantasy. Can't jump over there. It's a invisible wall. What do I pick up here then? All these games are the same. Stranger of Paradise, Forspoken, like, at least Forspoken had a story. Do I need to pick this up? I have jump, I have my attack still. Circle is block. What was R1? Whoa. Whoa. What is this? My weapon wheel. Alright, we'll use big magic. Okay, we'll use big magic. And what does R2 do? We'll just pick that up automatically. Camera's very zoomed in. And I have a waypoint. Okay. It's very zoomed in. Why is that? I have my map. And I have my items. I have my tsundere face. Do I have... Okay, system. Main menu. I got it. I got it, system. I got it. Options. Here we go. We have dodge. We have armor power. What was that? My magic. L2 is my magic. Burst pursuit. That's the only thing that R2 does. And then switch weapons. Heavy special block, which is really parry, and jump. Lock target sprint. Alright, it really is an action game. It has action button schemes. And the camera is so zoomed in, it's crazy. Do I break that? I just pick them up, huh? It is so zoomed in. Why is it so zoomed in? Don't you want to show off your level? But like, what, you know, what have I done so far? Circle, press and hold? Down?
Let's get serious.
What did that do? I pressed down on the D-pad. He said, "Let's get serious," but that shows something else too. I slashed it. Maybe I have to fight this thing. My first enemy. And then now what? Preparation, disperse dimension. It's possible to encounter disperse dimension. Do you see how this is yet another chore in a video game? Why? Why do it? It's not like a to-do list. A video game is not a to-do list. If you want story, fantasy, that's fine. Or if you're like a unique combat system, fine. But it's like something about this. I played a lot of fantasy games recently that had nothing going for them. And the character building and combat of Elden Ring was a good one. Forspoken having a unique story and a unique projectile magic system, and the parkour was another one. But all the rest of this stuff where it's like, it's just green. It's just like green grass and white buildings, and you're running, and and it's like, don't forget to pick up the weeds. Don't forget to pull the weeds, Aloy. Pull the weeds, Aloy. You're gonna need those later. Then you're gonna find the merchant in the town, and then you're gonna pause, and then you're gonna look at the waypoint, and then you're gonna go to the checkpoint, and then you're gonna look at the merchant, and then you're gonna disassemble the junkables, and then you're gonna, you know, level up the like. And where's the game? Is navigating that system the game? Is pressing the L stick forward a game? Is that a game? Like, what have I played recently? I played Callisto, right? That was a game. It was a character. It was an experience. It had a combat system that I didn't agree with, but still, we will agree it was a game. How is this a game? Have I not gotten there yet? Have I not gotten to the game yet? So I'm not going to read that.
I've memorized all the entrances to the dispersed dimensions we've encountered so far.
So take the challenge. So there's no enemies on the overworld. You only encounter enemies in the dispersed challenge, like Bloody Palace. Why did it say L2? Defeat all enemies. Okay, we got some music. Maybe this is a mobile game. Because I'm what's dodge? L. Maybe this maybe this is a mobile game because mobile games don't have the dexterity and button presses of a console game. So it has to streamline the combat system. So standing still and mashing until the enemy flashes and then pressing the counter button and then doing the auto combo, that's a control scheme that would work on a touchscreen mobile device. So this game is maybe like to appeal to the RPG nerds who want to count their stats and the DPS per second, but then the action jackers who want to, you know, hear the double bass pedal and do the high time. So I'm doing square. I'm dodging. We'll focus on one guy at a time. What am I supposed to press when they do the blue? I'm supposed to press circle. I'm supposed to press circle. I'm supposed to press circle, but I'm also supposed to press L1. So I could press L1 or circle. There's my hell. And my items are locked. Alright, and then I can finish him. So he's auto-comboing himself. So he's done. And then I press circle to... So I press circle when they blue flash, and then I press square and X. And all this is happening without me touching the controller. Failed. Oh, I died. No, I don't want to exit. Okay, hang on. Now that we're not in the tutorial and the enemies fight back, let's see. And also, let me do this. I want to use the big weapon. After I talked all that shit, now I gotta show this game who's boss. Triangle. It shows a gear wheel, but then it also shows a triangle. Okay. It's almost like none of this was designed to be a good game. It just is selling like what's appealing to, like the symphonic metal and the hair and the trench coat. The trench coat and the little, oh, you know, he's so beautiful on the load screen, but then he's also a cute little anime on the load screen. But none of this is Devil May Cry. Like, real Devil May Cry. So I mash him until I see the blue, and then I press circle. This thing's too heavy, I think. I press circle again, I press circle again. I think that's too heavy. You need fast. And I'm just getting raped by all of them in the center here. And I can't use my items. I press circle again. And I dodge. So you can't press circle unless there's a blue flash. I press circle again. So here's the thing. You can't get a counter on every attack. You can only get a counter on a blue flash attack. Where's the little guy in the middle? I'll lock on. Look, see? So... And I pressed it again. Circle again. Am I pressing it too early or too late? But now he's finished. Square and X. And now maybe I'm getting health back? I don't know. Can I do my fucking power? He's not doing it. So really, you're just waiting for this blue flash. I'm gonna die. I'm on fire. First of all, I'm on fire. Second of all, even when you successfully circle parry a normal attack, if there's no blue flash, it doesn't dust them off you. So then you would just dodge away. Then you would just dodge away. And notice how there's no spacing and poking, it's just like waiting to counter them. I hate this kind of combat. Wait to counter. Look, you might as well run away. And wait for him to... And I'm on fire. No blue flash. Do I have... I don't know what's going... It reminds me of Godfall. And I'll blue flash him. And then I'll try and activate... I'm gonna die again because I'm on fire. I'm dying, I'm on fire. And I can't heal. Alright, well I'm gonna quit this. If you can't parry them, you might as well dodge away. If you can't parry them, you might as well dodge away because you don't knock them down.
Feeling dizzy?
You can sense that.
Of course. The connection between us is getting stronger.
Perhaps that's why I'm feeling dizzy. Stop
This is
pressing.
exactly like Forspoken.
You can handle that, right?
Look, I hit circle again. I hit circle again. I hit dodge. Does it have input lag? It feels like shit. I don't think it really does. I think I just... I think you have to press parry and dodge early, really early. And I'm pressing it too early. I like a parry system where you time it right at the impact, and everybody else wants to, like, think about doing the parry and look for the opportunity to think about parry, and so then they want to press it late.
Right here, right now.
And press square, and it doesn't feel like I'm in control of the character. It feels like I'm, one, thinking about what I'm supposed to do and waiting for that opportunity, and then inputting the button to do like the appropriate command. Like, I'm looking for him to do the blue flash, and then I'm going to input circle, and then I'm going to look for the square X prompt, and then I'm going to input square X, and he's going to do the real slash attack. So it is like a very mobile style of game where you press the button and watch stuff happen, and you're kind of...
In my time,
it's not like a freestyle combat thing. Now you're supposed to press square. Now you're supposed to blue parry. So if that parry doesn't... If you can't parry every single attack, it's more like an RPG. It's more like an RPG than an action game. Yeah, it's true. So look, all these guys are hitting me. So I have a dodge. I hate this. I'm just gonna be clear. I hate it. I think it's shit. Can I do this then? And then activate power. This is not the kind of action game I want to play. Because if you watch, like, Stray Blade or Elden Ring or anything like that, that's like, you get to decide what you want to do. And this is an RPG combat style. I'm using all my, there we go. I'm using all my heal shit. Up on the D-pad is heal. This is a very much like a real-time RPG combat system, where it's like, fill the meter and then do your special power. You know? And then in this situation, I'll use this move.
Let's get past these creatures.
So rather than thinking like, I have a melee attack, rather than being it Forspoken, which is an action game where it's like, there's a guy who's far away, I'm going to use this weed magic to trap him in place, then I'm going to run over to him and slash him. This game is like, I'm going to fill up the yellow bar, like, I'm going to fill up the blue bar, and then I'll do my ground magic, because that's fun. And that'll be a freeze combo attack. It's very much like thinking and plotting the fight, which I don't like, because I just want to freestyle. And they decided to do that. They made all these RPGs have real-time combat to make the combat scenes seem more flashy. But I think if
it's a real mess here.
I don't know. Weird. It's like you know, screamo metal, hardcore. Like screamo metal, where it's like, you really want to flip your hair that way? You really want to put the eyeliner on? Like, what about the eyeliner makes you like the riff more?
You rebels are willingly
Yeah, they get made up.
face to face. Then I, Victor, will adjudge you to your death.
Wow, his mask, the magic put his mask on his face.
I sense that Aramon may be manipulating him.
I sensed Aramon may be blah blah.
You resistance punks are really mingling with the void bats now.
So he has... Alright, this looks pretty cool. I'm dodging. And then I have like throwing magic. But can I perfect dodge that, but then you don't get anything for the perfect dodge. Instant slash. Burst meter. What's R1? Do you notice? Oh fuck, what the fuck?
It's not over yet.
It's really weird. It's really weird. What the fuck is going on? It's really weird having L1 be dodge. Can I shoot him? Oh, R1 is switch weapon. That's useless. Am I even doing damage to him? I don't know. Maybe his stamina? And it doesn't blue flash, so you can't parry him. Now I'm beating him. This is an RPG, you can tell. That's like, and then he's gonna come back to life. So I can just run.
Smart move.
But I can't. Maybe I should be using my. Oh, there he did a blue flash. I don't like that you can't just parry him, and I'm out of stamina. You can wait till he finishes. You gotta break his stamina. I get that it's supposed to be really set piece and bombastic, but you can't really tell what his attack is. And then you do, and I'm getting confused between when I'm supposed to use dodge and when I'm supposed to use the blue parry. Because the blue parry doesn't work. Because he doesn't always blue flash, so I don't want to risk trying. And I did it there, but I dodged ahead. No big deal. And then I'll use my magic meter, and I'll bust him down.
Don't tarnish my name with your foul mouth.
Oh, he has multiple phases, or life bars. And I'm just filling up my meter and using that shit magic. Alright.
Let's get serious.
Wait, how is he healing? I don't want to be in there. Can I use anything else? What are these other potions? Maybe I do want to use these potions. Okay, I busted them a little bit. I don't want to be in there. Triangle is like a projectile. I think I did parry him. I'll use this for a little while till his stamina rehills. And then I'll do that. Oh no, he's far away. I busted him up too far. Do I need to kill him in a certain way? How many times have I beaten him now? I got like 3 life bars down.
Go to hell, foul pest!
Bring it on.
I want to jump.
It's not over yet.
I'm still trying to parry him, but it's not working. I tried parrying him again there. I got him a little bit. Can I use all the magic? It's easier to go in the air and get away from him than to just stand there. Oh, I can't reach him. I think you just use the light attack to build up. Oh, and then, yeah. When he gives you a chance in his string to do the blue parry. But that's so rare. And then you can do the timed parry. You can do the timed parry. I'm just gonna fuck him up with this. If you time a parry, you can chase him. I think I'm invulnerable through this shit. There we go. I don't want to get in there and die. Fuck.
Take this.
What else do I have? There we go. Let's just beat him up a little bit and then do that. I don't know if these sync finishers are good or not. Fuck. Did I get him again?
Behold his power.
I need like... There we go. I got one circle parry, because normally I'm so far away from him. Get out of there. I'm whiffing because I have his big sword out now. And I was in the air, I couldn't get the circle. Fuck. There we go. I just want this. Wait a minute, I'm not in the beast mode. I think he does it here. No. Don't die. Fuck. Oh, because my stamina's gone. I'm always in the air whenever he tries to do that circle shit. So I, like, never hit him. How do you do, There we go.
Show you what I'm made of.
Does that say 4? I was like, does that say 4 more life bars? Alright, that was pretty exciting. I kept being in the air to dodge him, and then I couldn't do the blue parry to bust him. And then he kept switching to his heavy sword, which doesn't have the magic projectile. So I was kind of using the L2, and I kept forgetting what command I wanted to do. Like, I know what move I want to do. I don't know what the button is. I kept wanting to do L2 and R2 to transform and bust his yellow guard. And then just kind of do, like, a little bit of a combo. You could get him half life each time. So do a little bit of a combo and then finish with the square and X. And then I kept doing the, I kept forgetting about the magic. The, L2 and the face buttons does magic. Perfect dodge, I don't know if perfect dodge leads to a follow-up attack, so I was just like trying to get high and get out of there. Because I didn't know, I didn't want to see a new attack and lose, so I was just trying to get out of his range. So I don't have to time dodging, I just move away from the hitbox. And then, I kept trying to figure out if he would do those he would do like 2 slashes on the ground and then give you a blue parry opportunity. But it wasn't when he would do that spike ball and spin, it was when he would do the big sword and slash, I think. So I kept looking for it and I couldn't see him do it. Or I like wasn't near him or I wasn't on the ground. But that's a good idea. So you really need to use blue burst parry. And then what, R2 is the follow-up after you knock them back. And there's so many button schemes like, and then when and then in this part of the combat you will look for this, and the correct response is this button press, and then this will happen, and then you will think to do this button press. So it's like they kind of dictate how you will combo them. You'll press circle to parry, then you'll burst follow them with R2, then you'll do square plus X to do the combo. Then it's like, okay, I just wanna fucking move around. But I will admit that fight was more fun because it was more structured. So there's like a real enemy with real attacks.
That you are recovering now, Kaiser.
That last battle seems to have gotten my blood pumping.
Let me
Maybe
see
we
if
can
I
take
need
a
to do
break
this
soon.
here. The last battle got my blood pumping. I mean, yeah, it looks, but they all look like this. Forspoken, Immortal of Avium, Stranger of Paradise, Wayward, Wayward, whatever it is.
Oh, this is stunning.
Who's this?
Nice work. Do you want to take a rest?
Okay, what's
Want to
preparation?
record your story?
So she can save. It's not gonna let me do any of this shit though. Disperse dimension, I don't want to do that shit again. What are my, so I got my heal potions back. Left is full heal, up is mini heal. What's down and right? And it's automatically running me. It's automatically running me. Holy shit, I have a wakeboard. But I can't jump. I can't ollie off the wakeboard. Press triangle to attack, okay. And R1 is switch weapons still. Oh, triangle is the ollie, which is also the attack. Okay, makes sense. It's like this, the highway surfing section of Sonic Adventure. I mean, does this stink? I don't know. But would you pay $70 for it?
No!
What would make you buy this instead of Final Fantasy? Like, if they're making this, they must think that somebody wants to buy it. I'm auto-running.
We call for people to resist their tyranny.
So, who's going to buy this? Because it's not really about what you want to make. It's about who's going to buy
Victor
it.
accused Glimmer of teaming up with
They must
Fortress.
know somebody
That's
wants to
quite
buy
an
this.
accusation.
Otherwise, they would not have made it. What did he say? They accused Glimmer of an accusation?
Combat commences.
Well, I did it with the dagger in the ballroom. I mean, we all know that. So I'm mashing square. I'm mashing square. Now I'm doing R1, and he's dead. And I don't want to spend my power. Well, I'll spend an L power. I'll spend L2. So, okay, L2 and triangle is like a arena area burst. And then L2 and square. L2 and square is more of a more of like a projectile. And then who else is around? All right, I'm mashing. I mean, I'm mashing now. Yeah, I don't like that heavy sword. I think it's too slow, and it misses.
This is a tough fight.
You have Lord Arena by
Okay,
your
this is
side.
going to be a tough fight.
I expect you to win.
I'm dodging. I'm perfect dodging. But see, you can only parry blue, and if you fuck up, then you're going to get hit. So what's the point? I pressed circle to parry again, and he whiffed. And now you want to dodge away, and you want to use square to build up your gauge. You want to mash a lot and build up your gauge. That's like a mobile thing. And then you want to parry, and she's almost busted, right? And then what do I do here? I want to mash, or I want to do square and X as fast as possible. And then I want to transform too. because I can tank. And then I blue parry, which miss. Okay, I'm gonna heal. Because you're gonna use your resources. You have heals, you want to use them. And then I want to do this. I want to use magic. And I want to break her again. And then I'm gonna do this thing. Auto combo. But she's got more health bars. Okay. And then the rift is closed. Okay. So there's like a pattern or a sequence you follow in combat.
It's not over yet.
That they designed for you to follow. I got to admit, it's kind of fun. I hate to admit it, but when I'm in the flow of combat, it reminds me of Eternites, which was another kind of RPG style game. So they're gonna make combat in an RPG follow this sequence, so you don't have to like read and react, because you're not gonna know when to dodge or which way, so you're just gonna stand still and time a parry. In their mind, it's better, but in my mind, if I gotta stand still and wait, I want to block and counter hit. I don't want to time a parry.
Yet, but Victor has retreated.
I don't want to parry.
Maybe Victor is not their leader.
Could that be true?
And I have gold. What do they call the gold? Yenny? In a Final Fantasy? Slash that. Can I get through here? Yeah. Yeah.
They're still chasing us.
It's interesting how Final Fantasy and these types of games, they mix like the science fiction of technology and robotics with magic.
Looks like they think we're in league with the Voidrax.
Do you want to let them know it's not true?
I don't think there's any point.
Listen to that line though. It looks like they think we're in league with the Voidrax. Who cares though? Like, why is that an important part? Why is that an important part of the story to know? Who cares? Do I have more gear? Do I have more gear? Let's see. Pause. I'm not allowed to use the equipment screen. Alright. Well, that's boring. I mean, it has been very combat focused, but you wouldn't buy this game to play for this combat system. You'd buy this game for the story, because it's an RPG. This is happening automatically.
So many.
Okay, no, these guys... So the red is like an indication of a projectile. And he says so many. But you don't want to fight groups, because they'll win. But he's also not... You gotta bust him. It would be nice if I knew which maneuvers of mine made me invulnerable. I also am not busting them very hard. Like, my damage seems weak. See, look, he did a blue flash, and I pressed parry, but it was so late. The blue flash is almost like to make you just aware. I mean, should I just transform, like, a lot? They'll do a blue flash, but then you still have to time circle with their move. So you could still be wrong, and if they don't do a blue flash, you don't get a knockback parry. So that parry button's so fucking lame. Jump off the ground. He's not getting off the ground, man. L1 to dodge just seems to be the best. Why don't I do this? See, through the ground. And then I'll do that.
Human accompanied by a monster. Eliminate them.
I would never buy this though. And that's a big argument. People have to want to buy it because they want to spend a long time doing it a lot. This is a ripoff of Devil May Cry 5. I mean, this song sounds cool. Where do I hit it? I like that he looks big. You think this is like the style of boss that's in like an MMORPG or something? You get together with your friends and you're like, you target his leg and then all cure the orbs in the room. And then you do the blue parry on him. You know? Power Rangers assemble. If this was a boss in Doom, this would be fucking cooler. Why don't I turn into this guy? See, look, he did a blue flat, and his whole body turns blue, but I didn't get him, though. So, my triangle will get off the ground. I'm trying to dodge out of that.
Let's try this.
Let's try this. It's kind of a coincidence. He turned around and swing right past me, and then I kind of coincidentally parried and made him dodge into me. Am I off the ground or not? I'm frozen. I dodged out and then back in. I don't really know how I'm supposed to be fighting. There's a lot of time where I might have to just wait. And his only target point is his leg?
Show you what I'm made of.
Take this.
Now it's my turn. Oh, my great power.
Like, a lot of this looks cool. Like, graphically it looks cool. In terms of the animations of the attacks from him and me, there's a lot going on. The button scheme is very light. I think that this fight, this is almost like, the way that the rules of the fight are constructed, just, I guess I would call it like, you know, it's like an RPG or something. It's not like an action game. Because it's not like Beowulf or that second boss in Devil May Cry 5. It's almost like this is some MMORPG raid boss. And there's, like I said, you mash square to build up the meter, then you go into power mode. Then you press circle to parry his blue strike. Then you lower his yellow guard. Then he gets staggered. Then you do the penalty box. Oh shit, I healed twice. Then the guitar starts playing. I'm in the fucking shield, but I want to break him. And it's like, you want to break him, but you can't yet because he's still healing. I can't believe I haven't finished him off yet. There we go. Maybe wait until he's done with his stamina bar. His health is getting fucked up. I kind of just want to tank that beam. There you go. I mean, I hate to admit it, but it is fun. Following the sequence of the meters, because it's so like meter dependent and situation dependent, so it's not like spacing dependent. One other thing it makes you think about is that First Descendant. It reminds me of that, where it's like the structure of an online RPG, but the mechanics of a third-person shooter. This has like the mechanics of a third-person action game, but the structure of this like online or offline single-player online role-playing game. Kind of, I don't know.
Kaiser, hey, you okay, kid?
It seems to be a lot of combat system and not a lot of like story. Conveniently placed leg. That's it? That's the adventure? Oh, yeah, alright. Alright. One more boss battle? I guess I should, right? Boss challenge. I guess I should. I mean, I pretty much mastered this game by now. Oh, I didn't do the void dimension? Well, whatever. Oh, fuck. I tried jumping. Wow, okay. Okay. She's got tough moves. So you really gotta dodge fast. And I don't have magic. I press circle. I press circle on time and then it whiffs.
Right now. Not over yet.
Look, I pressed it again. She does it again. It just doesn't really work sometimes. Look, I did it again. Yeah, I'm right here right now. I think you gotta beat her up until her stamina's about to refill. And then you do it. You do the sync finisher. And then you power up. Oh, it's not working then. It's not working. Oh, it's on the ground. Don't I have shots? Yeah. Oh, because I hit air dodge twice and I went right on the ground.
Let's try this.
Show you what I'm made of!
Then you gotta do this, I think. I hate to admit it, but it's fun. But it feels like an RPG. Oh, so she didn't even hit me. So you want to stay close to them almost to parry them.
Right now. Help me.
Oh, whoops. That may not have been necessary. Can I beat her up? Or I was gonna break her, try and break her. I think I just did. Now she's getting air combo.
Let's try this.
So I don't know if that's right. Wait until the end of their stamina meter for the square and X. And you kind of reset. And she teleports, right? Well, just don't stand in it.
That was close.
Art shall bloom and wilt like a rose.
Was her face all bloody? Was it just phase 2? Okay. So basically I conquered this whole game. Alright. But here's the thing. This could have just been a tech demo. Like, why would you need to buy this now? The flow of combat, I hate to admit it. I hate to admit it after talking shit since the tutorial. But I think it's kind of fun. I hate to admit that. It's a little fun. It may have also been the fact that I beat every boss first try. Because it really wasn't that hard. You could probably make it a lot harder. It probably gets a lot harder. In terms of their meter, but like... the dodge is pretty gracious, and then it's just a matter of finding moves you can blue parry, and then beating them up in that sequence. So it seems like role-playing game meets mobile game in terms of like the sequential mash, build the meter, hit the parry, do the contact special, lolly lule low, versus Devil May Cry where you really have to learn how to fight people. Now, you get a lot of heals, and they don't have that much health. Real Souls games like Kazan and real action games are way tougher than that. But these RPGs are not meant to be tough, they're meant to be fun. So then the question becomes, this is now an RPG that we found that has a fun real-time combat system. It's like a 7, 7.5. You know, but what's there? Is it I don't know, what's there in terms of the story? It's not like an adventure type game where you can build characters, and it's not an action game, it's an RPG. How does this appeal to the RPG player? If they sold it to the Zenless Zone Zero crowd and the Honky Star Rail crowd on mobile, this would be a great mobile game. Because there's a Devil May Cry game on mobile that's awesome, but that's a real game. So that type of that type of streamlined combat, real-time combat in a streamlined fashion that bridges between turn-based and true style, and it's this sequential combat type of the new modern RPG. That could be something that really works. It's easy, it's casual, it's free-flowing, but you still have to pay attention. Final Fantasy VII, I played that in action mode, not story mode, but maybe that's like that. Eternites is like that. So as an RPG with a real-time combat system that's not an action game, that's what this is setting out to be. So then, why not put it on mobile and get loot? Like all these Genshin players and Tower Fantasy players, they want loot. They want the real world and loot, and also anime though. But that's something that I've said. If you take that game design format and genre and system and put a different graphic type on it, would that work? Because I think that type of mobile RPG where you're battling for cool loot and characters, not gambling for loot boxes, but battling for loot. That's kind of fun, right? But I don't want to play it because I don't want to learn the system or the anime. So when you have something like this that's got maybe real graphics or a big world, is that like nobody knows what to do anymore? Do we want open world or do we want linear? Do we want story or do we want a chore list? Do we want a system or do we want real-time combat? Or do we, like, nobody knows what to do. So it's like this buffet of genre tropes and system mechanics that they keep shuffling around and remixing to try and find, like, oh, okay, they only want open world when it's an online RPG, but then they want linear when it's single player, but then they want real-time combat, but not when it's open world, except for when it's multiplayer, unless it's online. And then, so I don't know. I know I'm not going to buy it. That's what I know. Because you know what this reminds me of? I said Virtual On, right? When you sit down in an arcade waiting to play Laser Quest, and you put 2 quarters in and you play Virtual On, that's fun for about a fight or two. There are games that are only fun for like 1 play, 2 play. So this, I fought how many bosses, this was fun. When I shut this off, and I think, do I want to have that fight again? Maybe it's like, maybe I would think, oh, that's fun. And then I would think, yeah, but is it going to be as much fun? And like, remember when in Final Fantasy VIII, when you're beating the bosses and you're capturing their spirit and using them as magic? If this game were like, beat the boss and then capture their spirit and use it as magic, and it's a quest to beat all the bosses, that could be something. So it's not about looting from enemies and character building, but there is a purpose to fighting each boss. And suddenly it's not Stranger of Paradise, run through the level, listen to the dialogue, fight these weak enemies. I don't want weak enemies, I want bosses. That's exciting. A strong, unique boss, that's exciting. And then what's the reward? Like, if this were a boss rush type game, the the Final Fantasy of Sekiro games. You know what I mean? Like, think Sekiro's map and the bosses, the quest to beat each boss, but it's Final Fantasy graphics and Final Fantasy story. If that's what this is, that could be unique. So now I'm intrigued. Damn, am I going to pre-order this game? Am I going to buy this game now? Now I want to know, like, how is this game structured? Is it some open world Final Fantasy style game with live combat during the bosses? Oh no. We'll have to wait 2 years for it to come out in the games catalog. There's too much to play, right? What would you buy? Leave a comment below. What would you buy? Would you pay $70 for this game? Would you pay $70 for a Final Fantasy action type with role-playing RPG elements and AstroTurf? You don't know. Me neither. I'm lost. Lost soul aside.